Great. So if we just go to some introductions, I guess, Jess, do you want to start off, introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Jess Johnson. I'm Communications Officer here at Leeds Community Foundation in Bradford.
Fantastic. And Jason, Lane, whoever wants to.
I can go first. Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Jason. I'm head of 100% Digital.
Morning, everyone. My name is Amy, and I'm Digital Inclusion Manager at 100% Digital Leeds.
So as I just alluded to, the way this is going to work is we're going to go through some slides about the fund, how it's managed, anything you might want to know, and then afterwards we'll come to a question and answer section, so you can all ask your specific questions. And just again, as a few more people have joined us, if you don't mind keeping yourselves on mute just for this section, you're more than welcome to write questions in the chat as they occur to you, and then we'll come to them later. Okay, so I'm going to kick off with a little bit about Leeds Community Foundation. I recognise quite a few organisations in people's names, so I know a lot of you will know this, but just a short overview about what we do. It's quite a complicated way of saying it here, but essentially what we do is we fundraise to bring money from Leeds and try and distribute that money across various different funding programmes into community organisations, mostly at a grassroots level across the city. And we do the same in Bradford, and you can see there that we give out quite a lot of money. Those are our statistics from 2022. We run maybe 30 programmes a year, of which the Digital Inclusion Fund is one. Next slide, please. And just to go over some basics of the fund itself, I'm sure many of you will have read the criteria. I can't advise enough fully reading the fund criteria before applying for the fund. Please do that. It will be sent out with everything else at the end, and it's already on our website. But yeah, just a short overview. It's grants of up to £10,000. That's not an encouragement. You're free to apply for as much as you think is appropriate. You don't have to aim for that top mark if that's not right for your organisation. Anything across Leeds, and just to be clear, that's the city council area. So I know there are some areas that people are working in with a Bradford postcode that are technically in Leeds in terms of the council. So just to be clear, that's how we decide that. It's about where the Leeds City Council jurisdiction is. You're always welcome to contact us and check if you're not sure. The deadline is the 4th of the 7th, 23. We're looking to fund projects activity of up to 1 year. And very briefly, it's about the development and delivery of sustainable digital inclusion interventions. That can mean a really wide range of things. And we're really interested to hear from you what that would mean for your organisation and for the people that you're working with. We're looking to fund, I guess, kind of a range of activities. So it might be that you want to try something out, you want to kickstart your digital inclusion activity for your organisation, for the people that you work with. It might be that you have something going on already that you want to develop or continue. We're looking to fund a balance of different scale and type of projects, so that's all fine. Next slide, please. So just to be clear on the two organisations that are involved in this fund, the Leeds Community Foundation role is that we administer the grant itself. We do all of the applications. We manage the portal through which you'll apply. We'll talk about that in a minute. And we communicate the funding decisions, put together the panels, things like that. So it's really the administration. These guys are 100% digital, and they're going to go through in detail about this. But they're there to offer support and guidance on your application, on the projects themselves, and what you might actually want to do. Advice on that as well. Next slide, please. So yeah, just a little bit on the application process itself. All of our funds are through an online application form. The link is up on our website. It's the same page where you'll find the criteria, and I'm sure it will be sent out to you after this meeting. So you can apply online. You basically click a link, put in your email address, and then that sends you a link that is for your own application. You can go on that as many times as you like. You can save your progress as you go, and you can go on there, have a look at the questions, draft it outside, and then copy and paste back in, whatever works for you. It's all there saved, but I know that a lot of people don't like that. So just to be clear that it's your link for your application form. You can always go back to it. If you have any questions about the project and what you want to do, that's for 100% digital. But if you have anything about the form, the application process, or your organization's overall eligibility funding, that's for us. So we have some really specific criteria about what kinds of organizations can be funded through our grants. That's all on the criteria document. There are a lot of questions about it on the application form. If you've got any questions about those, please get in contact with us. Then once you've gone through that process and it's been submitted, you'll always get an acknowledgement that your application has been submitted. So if you don't get that, again, please get in contact with us. Our contact details will be at the end of this presentation. So then what happens is your application is assessed by the member of the team here just for eligibility criteria and then presented to a panel. So that's an independent panel. It's not Leeds Community Foundation that assesses your applications or decides who gets the funding overall in that final process. Once it's gone to that panel, which is kind of a mix of people from the sector, people with experience of working with community organisations, that goes from 100% digital, essentially experts of different kinds in the field. Those decisions will go out and the timing of the decisions is on the criteria. So don't worry about it until the time that it says decisions will go out. Oh, in September, let's put it in there. But yeah, that's essentially it. As I say, if you have any questions specifically about that process, you're always welcome to get in touch with us in the grants team. Thanks, Jess. And then I'm going to hand it over to Amy.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what 100% Digital Leeds is looking to support and the kinds of applications that we're keen to fund. The next slide, please. So hopefully everybody here sort of knows about 100% Digital Leeds and what we're trying to do, but we look at digital inclusion in terms of the difference that it can make to people's lives. So digital inclusion is an enabler for the things that people want to do, the things that will help people to be able to realise the things that they want to see for their life, basically. We want everybody to be able to make an informed choice over whether they use digital tools and services and how they use them according to what's best for them. But in order to be able to make an informed choice, we need to remove some barriers to allow people to do that. And that's what this fund is for. So we want everybody to be able to understand what difference digital could make to their lives personally. So the personal motivations for them and why they should think about engaging with digital technology and services. We want everybody to be able to feel confident in their own ability to be able to engage with digital, but also in the digital tools and services themselves. So people to feel safe and understand how to keep themselves safe so that they can make that choice. We want people to be able to have the stuff they need to be connected. So having access to the right equipment, having access to the equipment that works best for them for what they're trying to do, having access to reliable connectivity in terms of Wi-Fi or data or whatever it might be. And we also want people to be able to access the support they need to develop their digital skills, so to be able to learn new things, to be able to do more with digital. Next slide, please. So we're looking for bids where digital inclusion is embedded within the existing services available to people that are more likely to be digitally excluded. So we're looking to work with partners to be able to develop their digital inclusion offer within their organisation, building on the assets that they already have within their organisation and designed to with the intervention designed around the needs of the specific service users that organisation supports. So every digital inclusion intervention will be different, but some of the key things that we're looking for are services embedded within places and spaces that people that are more likely to be digitally excluded feel comfortable and already go. So we're not sending them somewhere else to access service. That people get support from the people that they know and trust within the organisation, so they feel comfortable and confident that they are getting the right support for them. We want them, the support to come from people that understand the holistic needs of those service users. So not separating digital out as a separate thing, but really making it part of all of the services that are available to the people for all of the different things in their lives. We're really keen. It's really important to us that people are supported to do the things that are important to them and will make a difference to them. So we're really open to what kind of digital skills and things like that that you are supporting people to be able to access, as long as that is meaningful for those people and helping them to realise the outcomes that they want to see. We want people to be able to learn at the pace that's right for them, even if that is, you know, very slowly, that's fine. We're more interested in seeing a meaningful difference rather than short interventions that might not have a meaningful impact. And then finally, for people to be supported to access the correct equipment for them in the right way for them and for your organisation. Next slide, please. So the kinds of things we're looking to fund. So we're looking to see meaningful change within your organisation that's as lasting as possible. So we're looking for interventions that are embedded within the digital inclusion, embedded within your offers across your service, so that the digital inclusion support reaches those people that might not opt in or choose to opt in to something described as, say, a digital service. So really engaging with those people who might be lacking in motivation and the understanding of how digital could support them. We're keen to for you to look across your whole organisation and think about how everyone can play their part in removing the barriers to digital inclusion. Their part depending on their capacity and their role, obviously, but something that's really running throughout your organisation rather than, say, to one side. We're looking to really support things that where there's partnerships, and it doesn't have to be a partnership bid, but being able to really make use of assets and resource in the most effective and efficient way often looks like partnerships with different partners that have the same shared priorities. Everything should be bespoke and co-produced in response to need. So an offer that really reflects the needs of your service users that you see on a day-to-day basis when they come into your organisation or you work with them. Building upon existing strengths and assets. So thinking about what you already have and how we can use this money to fill some identified gaps to meet the needs of your service users. Working towards something sustainable and long-term. So it doesn't need to be something that, you know, will never need funding again to be able to run. It could be something like a test and learn to identify what the right support is, or it could be something that, you know, will mean that you'll get the capacity or resource to be able to run a service or further develop your digital inclusion service in a meaningful way. But we're really not looking to fund time limited projects or programs that are you know, separate to your general offer and will finish with no sort of further delivery or thoughts of further delivery after the money is run out. And everything should be around supporting a person-centred and holistic approach, so really thinking broadly about the needs of your service users and how digital inclusion can enable what the difference that they're trying to see. Okay, next slide, please. So the kinds of support that 100% Digital Leeds can offer. So we're really keen to support throughout the whole process. So we're keen to hear from you if you're thinking about applying and would like to talk to one of our digital inclusion offers about how you can develop your idea, learning from the various things that we've seen that have worked in the past and other things that are going on in the city, and thinking about how we can help you to realise those aspirations as well if you're successful to be able with the funding bid. We're able to link you with different partners, initiatives and resource that's already available across the city or the region or nationally. So if you think that there might be some benefit in linking with someone or something that's already happening, or if you're even not sure, do get in touch with us and let us know, and we'll be able to point you in the direction of that. And then also thinking about how you can really embed that digital inclusion offer across your whole service. We've got experience of working with hundreds of different organisations to create tailored offers around digital inclusion, and we've got lots of insight that we can add as to what might work and what you could try that might be new. Also, we've got a number of digital inclusion networks where different partners supporting a particular community of interest or a geographical community come together to partner and share learning, and we can tell you about those and make sure you're into those. And then some of the support that we might be able to offer in terms of actually implementing your bid, your idea, such as being able to run digital inclusion awareness training sessions for your staff and volunteers, and various other support that we offer. So please do get in touch with us before you put your bid in. Ideally, the sooner the better if you're thinking about it. So we've got plenty of time to help you shape that into something that's really fundable and make sure that you're in a strong place as you can be. So if you would like our support, please contact us. Get in touch by visiting our website, digitalinclusionleeds.com/contact, and filling in the online form there, and we will connect you with one of our digital inclusion officers. You probably already have contacts with some of our digital inclusion officers, but would really prefer for you to use the contact form in this instance, so we can make sure that the work is, spread equally across, and you're not contacting anybody that might be on the panel. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. So we're going to throw it over to questions now. So if anyone has questions, feel free to ask, or put your hand up if you'd like to be organised about it. Any questions? Oh yeah, Sunny, go ahead.
Hi, is the bid going to be in several different stages, or is it just one deadline?
One deadline, yeah.
And what is that?
Off the top of my head, it was in the slides. Hang on.
I think it was 4th of July.
4th of July, yeah.
Sorry?
4th of July.
4th. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, Caroline, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so I think we've received some funding from Hatch, which I think came via 100% digital, or I'm sure they were involved. Are we still likely to be considered as part of this bid if we put in an application?
Shall I answer that one? Yeah, absolutely. So that's NHS Health Inequalities monies that you're referring to. So as long as this is to your bid is with an idea to, build on those existing assets that you already have, and think about how you can broaden out your offer and support more people to be able to do more stuff, then absolutely.
Yeah, so I was kind of thinking sustainability long term. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Grand. We've got Tony with your hand up.
Thanks. We work a lot in digital storytelling, so radio and other arts, podcasting. Would a bid that combined giving people access to sort of consume that and be able to reach that kind of content, but also be able to be creative participants in that? So, for example, older people in particular who might not be able to come in person, would that sort of thing be suitable? Do you think a combination of getting information but also participating in a creative way?
Amy? You're muted, Amy.
Yes, it would be good to talk further about what you're thinking about, but if you look at the successful bid for, or the idea that we funded with the High Rise project in the last round, that's very similar to that creative digital, creating that content and also accessing that content. So yeah, and we know that creativity is a really good way to be able to engage people that might lack the motivation to do some of the more transactional type digital stuff. So being able to do that to support their essential basic digital skills and build the confidence so they're able to do some of that more transactional stuff later is something we definitely would like to see.
Great. Carol?
Can I just ask, are schools eligible to apply if they're running it as part of their family and community hub? So it's not within school time or anything like that, it's for families out of school time that might be in deprived areas or something like that.
That kind of eligibility can be quite complicated, so I'd advise that you get in touch with us and we can just talk through it and make sure before giving you an answer. Is that all right?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? Okay. Grand. Well, if something does occur to anyone that they want to know, then, you know, you're more than welcome to contact the Leeds Community Foundation or 100% Digital. And, you know, please do contact 100% Digital about your ideas. And we will be sending out the slides after this as well. And this will be online as well. So all the information is out there. Yeah, so thanks so much for joining us today. And I think we'll leave it there.